Hola, hola everyone. Welcome back to the Resin Lab by Alexandra. This is episode 15. And today I'm going to be working on a couple of custom orders. I have an order for an eye that's for a boy, and the theme is gamers. So I'm going to do that. And then the back color, parakeet green was chosen. For the duck, and yep, if you saw episode 7, I ripped my duck mold, but I got my new one in, so I'm excited to work with it now. This is a custom order. She wants holes in the planter so that she can drain, she can put real plants and drain the water out of it. So I'm going to use these hole makers to make the holes, and then if I'm short, then I'll go ahead and just drill the rest, but I didn't want to have to drill through the whole like resin piece because it's a pretty thick base. And she chose the grass green from Changtiji. And then finally, I'm gonna, if you saw last episode 14, you'll know that the jar that I poured with the roses on it had like some sort of bump inside, and so this time I'm going to pour it with the styrofoam in there and hopefully it'll come out better. So I'm going to do a re-pour of that, but my main focus today is going to be my custom order. So let's get started. All right, so I'm going to start by painting some, or not painting, brushing some mica powder on the duck. So I pulled out my HTV Ron, I guess, sample collection, if you will. It's a set that comes with, like, I want to say 24 different colors. So I'm going to go ahead and brush on the bill. Make sure that I don't get it anywhere else. So I hope everyone had a good weekend. Okay, I've mixed about 600 milliliters and I pulled out the little hole makers. So I'm going to place these on the mold. There we go. That one right there. All right. So now if I have to drill, it's only going to be a very small portion that I need to drill as opposed to the whole base of the piece. So I'm going to go ahead and finish mixing this. And I'm going to split. I'm going to put about 50 milliliters aside for the first layer on my eye, or on the letter I, not my eye. Okay. I want that to be bubble free. And then I'm going to mix, even though I'm going to pour it all into the duck, I don't want it to flash cure while it's in the vacuum chamber. So I'm going to split it up into two different cups here, 250 and 250 each. Oh, I just realized you can't see me. Well, that's not useful. The whole point is for you to see me. There we go. Actually, I don't need to split this into 2 cups. I can just split this in this cup here. That should be good. Let's see. Actually, what I should have done is mix the color first so I have the same tone. That's what I should have done. So let me do that first. Okay. And I just spray my hands with alcohol, my gloves with alcohol from time to time to get the stickiness off. I find that it just helps so that I'm not constantly changing gloves. Yeah, that should be enough. And I know I should have put it in the other cup and mixed it there. But It's me. I guess it wouldn't be me if I didn't do that. That is a pretty green. Yeah. Okay, it is time to pour. So let's get this little ducky poured. I think I'm noticing some stuff in there. I don't know if it's on the outside or the inside. But I want to make sure. Yeah, it looks like it's on the outside. Okay. So now I've got to put these, I'm just going to spray the bottoms with alcohol so that they suction a little better. And I'm just pushing down from the opposite side of the mold so that it suctions completely. Okay. Since this is an order, I want to make sure it comes out absolutely perfect. So I gotta hurry because the resin is starting to thicken up. But let's see. I'm just gonna give it a wipe just in case. There we go. That's much better. And we'll do one there. Okay. All right, let's pour. Yep, so the resin did cover the hole makers, which I expected, but that's fine because I'll only have to drill through about 1/4 inch of the resin as opposed to 1.5 inches or 2 inches. So that'll be easy enough. Let me go ahead and dome that a little bit. All right. So I have about 50 milliliters left of that. Let me clean my fingers. Okay, now that I've got that moved off to the side, I'm going to go ahead and pour the first layer of the eye. I'll go ahead and make sure that I don't have any debris in here. Oops, I ran out of alcohol. Just wipe that up. Okay. All right. That takes care of the eye. And I've got 50 milliliters left of the green, so let me find something to pour. I have to refill my alcohol. Be right back. Okay, I'm going to pull out my turtles here. I think that would be perfect for green. So that's one. Two. And I think that one might be a little too much. Okay. I think I can get 2 more turtles out of this. Yeah, I think so. Okay. So I'm gonna let the first layer of the eye cure, and then I'll be back to do the rest of it, or at least the second layer of it. And I'm gonna cut out the decal that I designed for the eye. And I'll also pour the jar when I do the next layer of the eye. So I'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back. It is time to pour the next layer on the eye and to re-pour this jar from the previous episode. And I'm gonna make sure that I keep this styrofoam insert inside there this time. So for the eye, the order that came in is for a little boy who is a gamer. So this is what I designed on the Cricut. And my customer liked it. So I always make sure that customers like what I come up with, even if they give me free reign, just because I want to make sure that they're happy. So this is what I came up with. I cut it out with the Cricut, and boy, did this take me a while because the letters are so small. I had to play with it, and luckily it's going to fit perfectly in the eye. But man, this was a tough one. But yeah, so I'm excited to get this done. So I already mixed 180 milliliters. So I'm going to use the 120 in here for the jar, and then the rest for the next layer of the eye. So I'm going to go ahead and separate. So let me move these out of the way. And let's see. So we've got 180. So we need about 120. Let's do 130. All right. So I grab my HTV rock white, and I'm going to set this aside because I don't want that to have any color in it. I'll do one, and my goodness, I'm never going to learn, am I? I should have put that on the bottom of the cup before putting in the resin. A lot of you were probably yelling at me through your screens. What are you doing? Why? Why doesn't she listen? Why doesn't she listen? Why does she always do the same thing over and over again? I don't know, you all. My mind is everywhere it's been everywhere these past couple days. I was actually I caught a bug and it was terrible. So, and then I had the festival, the Chocolate Wine and Whiskey Festival this past weekend. So that was a little stressful I was trying to feel better and do these orders and pack up and all that stuff. So yeah, it's been a challenge. So my brain is running on, I don't want to say empty, but I guess it's running on overload, probably the opposite. So yeah. Y'all are just gonna have to forgive me for not doing what I'm supposed to do from time to time. But that's okay. That is okay. So as of right now, I think I'm at 396 subscribers, or at least as of yesterday. So make sure that you use the Google form that's linked in the description box to sign up for the giveaway. Once I hit that 500, I'm going to do a giveaway, and I want to make sure everyone who wants to be a part of that has a chance. So make sure that You fill out that form. It's quick and easy. All you have to do is give me your YouTube username and your email. And again, I'm not going to spam you. I'm going to keep your email private. It's just going to be to notify the winner. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Actually, I probably should have stirred the clear a little bit more too. I think I'll go ahead and do that after I stir this. That looks good. I like this HTV white. It's a nice, like, pearly white. Very pretty. Okay, let me clean off my stick here. And let me give this a stir. Let me make sure I'm going to use a different stick because I don't want to risk getting any color in this. I hope you all had a good weekend. The weekends just go by so fast now. I wonder if that's just something that happens when you get older. You know, even the holidays. I remember when I was a kid, days used to go by so slowly, and the holidays felt like they lasted a lot longer. But now, it's like you blink your eyes and it's New Year's and it's over. Over and done with. And then get ready for the next year. Well, I look forward to my birthday after the holidays. My birthday's in February, so I look forward to that. Even now that I'm getting older, which is ironic. But yeah, I've been trying to age with a little bit of grace. Probably more than you needed to know, but I've noticed that I'm a little quiet on my videos when I'm mixing, so I'm trying to fill in the silence. Hopefully I don't bore you all. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and vacuum chamber these and then I'll be right back to pour. So I'll be right back. Okay, it's time. I still have a couple of bubbles in there, but I'm not gonna scrape into the eye just because I don't want any bubbles. That first layer, I actually ended up having to put the whole letter in the vacuum chamber to get rid of some bubbles. So I don't want to have to do that again. Okay, so let's pour a thin layer. Let's get this out of the way. Turn it this way. All right. I see a bubble. Okay. All right. So making sure this is facing out. And just laying that down slowly. Perfect. I'm not going to push that down. I'm just going to go ahead and pour the rest of it on top. Okay. All right. Give it another spritz. Let that sit. Oh, let's see. I see bubbles. Okay. All right. So there we go. I'm going to put that aside. And now I'm going to go ahead and spritz. Spritz the jar. Let's see. And here we go. This looks like pearly milk. Just want to get that all down. No bubble. I don't want to have any bubbles. I want it to come out just as good as it, well, almost as. I want the flowers to come out just as good as the first one, at least. Okay, I'm gonna have to scrape the clear in here because that looks like it's just shy by a little bit, but that should be fine. All right, let's get some of that clear. There we go. Okay, so those are done. Spritz that. Spritz that again. All right. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to let these sit for about 30 minutes before I put them on the heat mat, and then I'll be back on a fast forward to do the eye. or to finish the eye. And then it'll be time to demold after that. So see you soon. It's time to demold. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the little stuff. So start off by demolding these turtles. That came out cute. No bubbles. And no trimming. So that's nice. Very good. Let's check out the rest of them. Well, this one needs a little trimming. No bubbles. So that one's good too. Also nice. Yep, no bubbles. So far, so good, everyone. And same for this little guy. No bubbles. Okay. Now, if you saw me pouring the last layers on the fast forward, you'll know that I completely overestimated how much I needed. So I ended up pouring this 3D mermaid tail that is from the Resin Mold Box subscription in September. But I'll go ahead and link, if you like this mold, I'll link it in the description box. And the little mini duck that comes with the, this came in the September box mold also. It's a set that comes with the larger duck. So, so that's where these are from. So let's go ahead and demold these. Oh, cute. Very cute. Look at that. I just need to trim the bottom a little bit or sand it down, but that's cute. And then the tail. Oh, I'm gonna have to go off camera on this one because I don't want to rip it. Okay, there we go. Here's the mermaid tail. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with these. These might make pretty good cell phone stands too. So I might do a couple of those. But this is nice. Very nice. All right. And now for the orders, let's do the letter first. This one's a little bit easier. And just spritz a little bit. Wow. That looks amazing. Came out very nice. Turn down my light. Look at that. I hope she likes it. So that came out awesome. That just needs a little bit of a trim on the edge so it's not sharp. But other than that, that's good. And then I added dual lock under the light to keep that attached. All right, let's move that out of the way. And let's do the duck. Oh, that's sliding right off. That's good. All right. Now this, the head is where I ripped my last mold. So I want to be very careful. And there we go. Look at that. That came out great. I'm gonna have to use the tweezers to get these guys out. Let's see. I'm gonna have to go off camera to do this. I'll be right back. Okay, I got one out and I just wanted to see. So if you use pliers like this, you can just grab it and pull it out. And that doesn't, it kind of, want to make sure you don't poke a hole, and that's what I was afraid of. I didn't want to poke any holes or rip them. So, and these have a pretty good grip. Oh, maybe that needs a little more alcohol. Definitely spray some alcohol if you use these to lubricate it out and break the suction. There we go. All right. Awesome. So now I'm going to go into the hole here, and I'm going to put you all on a fast forward because this is going to be really loud. Yeah, so definitely very helpful to have made the holes with the hole makers. Otherwise, drilling through that deep of a pore would have been very difficult. It would have been moving around. Y'all saw how as it got to the bottom and hit the edge on the bottom, it kind of turned on me a couple times. So you want to be careful that your piece doesn't get too banged up. Luckily it didn't. Oh, it did. I can polish that. So you just want to be careful so that it doesn't ruin your piece. But yeah, that worked out pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the face on the ducky. And I'm not going to do anything to these turtles. I'm just going to draw the eyes and the mouth on them. And then on this duck, I'll just draw some eyes and trim the bottom. This I'm going to leave alone. And then this, I'm just going to trim the edge here. So, be right back. is all finished, and I almost forgot to unmold this guy that I re-poured. So I left this insert inside of the mold while I poured the resin. So let's move this stuff out of the way and see how this jar did. Now, I'm not going to do anything to this jar on this video because you already saw me do it on the last episode, but I just wanted to see how it came out. And so far, so good. Look at that. Perfect. And I've got the top from the other day. Fits perfectly. So it looks like if you do get this box, don't throw this away. Keep this so that you can put it in your mold when you pour. All right. Well, that wraps everything up. I finished up the ducky by drawing some eyes and adding a little ribbon. The customer chose orange, so that's what I did. And this is going to be a little giveaway for her. I still have to trim the bottom, but it's a little, it's a little, not sticky, but it's a little bendy. So I'm going to wait for it to harden up, and then I'm going to trim the bottom, and this is going to be her little giveaway gift. And then I put the eyes and mouths on the turtles. So that's those. And then on the gamers, this one's pretty much done. This has been pretty much done since I finished it. The edge is still a little bit gummy, so I'm going to wait for that to harden up and then trim it and then send this off to her. So, but yeah, this wraps up today's video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I look forward to having you watch Wednesday's episode at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks so much, everyone, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.